Southeast Raleigh will start with the ball. First down and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Welcome back to First Horizon Stadium here in Cary, North Carolina at the beautiful WakeMed Soccer Park. You're watching the HighSchoolOT Jamboree as we are now into the final 3 sessions here. It'll be split sessions between some top 25 teams in Wake County. Right now we're watching Southeast Raleigh, the number 9 ranked team, against number 19 Rolesville. It'll be the Bulldogs in the navy uniforms with the white numerals going from right to left. They have the white pants and the navy tops, and right away Christian Freeman, the NC State commit, gets his first touch of the night. And that's how we start this one, as I'm Evan Moesta alongside Jonas Pope IV. This is going to be a really exciting one, Jonas. And before this stream began, both teams kind of came out really amped to get this one underway.
To say the least. You said that's how we start this one on this play. I think it started 5 minutes ago at the 50-yard line, which we see more and more of that in high school football, especially in the triangle. So many of these kids know each other, training together, social media, coaches, parents, everybody's talking. That was pretty predictable. Now I just hope it stays in between the whistles the rest of the way.
So first down there looked to potentially be a flag on that play, not sure. But it'll be first down for Southeast Raleigh. As getting the handoff now and heading to the right side is James Adams IV. Again, this two-headed monster of Adams and Freeman back for more on the Southeast Raleigh side. Rolesville on your screen. They're on defense right now in the white uniforms, black numerals, red trim. They have the black bottoms and the black helmets. We saw a sneak peek at Rolesville on Saturday before the weather and lightning postponed us, and here we have a 22-minute running clock half for this first opening session as Freeman gets the handoff, gets about a yard, and he's stopped by a host of Rolesville defenders. That'll bring up second down, and I think they're going to give Freeman 2 on the carry.
Yeah, you want to talk about a two-headed monster. We've seen some good ones this weekend, but this is one of my favorites here with Southeast Raleigh, the 2 guys that got handling the ball. Doug Freeman, Adams, the 4th. I got to put his 4th in there, too. He's a 4th.
Oh, of course.
Did you know that?
I did.
He's a 4th, yeah. So I got to put his 4th in there, too. Those 2 guys are going to be fun to watch this year.
Robert Belcher, the senior quarterback for Southeast Raleigh, shifts Kendrick Wright in motion. 2nd and 8 here for Southeast Raleigh. It'll be Belcher trying to connect on a pass there. It falls incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
Intended receiver was right there on that far sideline.
Now, you want to talk about matchups to watch this game. I know everybody wanted to watch the guys who has the ball, but this is the game you're going to watch, number 79.
Trenches.
Left tackle, Grayson Williams. Not only that, look who he's going up against. So you got Brody on the other side, the defensive end. You got Grayson Williams, who's been recruited by everybody, one of the best tackles in the nation, going up against the South Carolina committed linebacker. This is, if you're a trenches guy, or trenches person, sorry, that's the matchup you're going to watch.
Yeah, right now that interior defense for Rolesville is Big Braden Cooper and Keontae Sutton in the middle. You got Jaden Brody on the edge there, number 8 with the white sleeves. He's on the edge closest to your frame. And a penalty there will give Southeast Raleigh some favorable field position. Just 3 minutes into this one. The other defensive end on that Rolesville front is Cameron Miller, the junior lineman. 3rd down, about 3. Handoff goes to Freeman. Freeman tries left, spins back right. All over it is the Rolesville defense, led by Corinthians Waters, the sophomore. And Waters gets in there to the backfield and pulls down Freeman.
You know, throughout the years, there were some names on the Rolesville defense that we got used to hearing. We heard them for 2 or 3 years at a time. Some new names this year, some guys trying to make a statement for themselves. And there we saw it right there with that big play in the backfield.
4th and long. Southeast will opt to go for it here. 3 to Belcher's right. Javon Campbell offset to his left. Adams in the backfield. Belcher takes the snap, looks right, steps up in the pocket, fires it away. nobody in the area, and that's a turnover on downs. Rolesville's offense will get the ball in Bulldog territory for the first time tonight. This is a Rolesville team.
We're already getting the ball.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to get that. Yeah, they're going to get
the hulling way down here.
Yeah, the pass was incompleted over there, but they're going to get it inside of Bulldog territory.
A couple big names on the offense for Rolesville as always. Every year they have big names on both sides of the
Ball
ball.
will be placed at the 43-yard line. It's first down and 10.
Is that Amir?
for Rolesville.
It's Amir Brown there in the backfield in the white 2. Quarterback for the Rams tonight, Marley Emerson there in the white 7. And Rolesville now moving left to right. Its first play is a completion over to Deshaun Nesbitt. Nesbitt grabbed right away, and it'll be second down, a loss of yardage there as Zaire Stanley makes the stop for Southeast Raleigh.
You got the Nebraska commit in the backfield, Amir Brown. You got A.J. Roberts, Virginia Tech commit on the boundary out there. Talent all over the field, again, on both sides of the ball, as always for Rolesville.
We've called a lot of different ACC teams just this evening alone. We've called Duke, NC State, Notre Dame. I guess technically.
Yeah, kind of.
Go ACC, man.
Yeah.
Virginia Tech. We also have some Nebraska, some Oregon in the mix, some Ohio State. There's Brown the first time he touches the ball. He jolts forward for a gain of about 11 or 12, and a flag flies there. Does it look like Leerick Cooper was the one who upended a Southeast defender there blocking. Again, lots of emotion here.
Because Grayson plays some defense. We heard he might be a two-way. Bill Belichick kind of selling that. You can play on both sides of the ball at Carolina. Now we're seeing him go in at defensive tackle.
Yeah, big 79 there in the Navy, Grayson Williams. One of the biggest linemen in the state of North Carolina, one of the most sought-after linemen. I don't know if you ever got to see him, Jonas, but a couple years ago, David Sanders at Providence Day played on both sides of the ball, went over to Tennessee. That personal foul is going to move the ball back for a significant amount of yards. It looks like about a 15-yard loss there for Rolesville. But David Sanders reminds me a lot when I watch.
I can see that. And he's
Big
doing
Grayson
well
Williams
for himself
up there
at Tennessee and did so right out the bat, playing for the ball. So Grayson Williams, like you said, very sought-out guy all across the nation.
After the loss of yards, I believe they'll pull Williams back off here.
Smart move, you want maybe he goes in for the money downs.
Yeah.
He's a money downs guy.
Emerson gets the call from the sideline. He's got 2 to his right, 2 to his left, and Brown there in the backfield. 15 minutes left in this session. As Emerson drops back, looks left, goes over the middle. Completion to Nesbitt. Nesbitt trying to hold his man off, and a great grab by Deshaun Nesbitt. Once again, flags fly as his helmet pops off, but what a find there from Emerson to Nesbitt, wide open over the middle.
Just plug and play when you're Rolesville. We said that the last couple of years, some of the guys they've lost guys have to replace, and they just shift people right in those spots and they still make plays. Gavin Waddell's, at Louisville now, who's going to be that number 2 guy behind AJ, and they just haven't fallen off at all in the receiver position, it looks like.
Nesbitt, the junior receiver.
After the play, penalties on the defense. It'll be half the distance to the goal.
The flag on that play is against Southeast Raleigh. It'll put Rolesville right up against the end zone there, and look like a face mask penalty according to the official. Now the Rams are in business here. Something we have not seen through the first 3 games, Jonas, is early offense. That's taken teams a couple drives to get settled, but Rolesville, no jitters here.
Rolesville did get an early start and they played Saturday. They started on Saturday. You know their offense never came out.
Never saw the offense, but
never saw the offense.
They at least had feet on the turf here for a little bit on Saturday.
Now, do you give it to Amir here, or you not challenge Grayson Williams at the middle? Grayson Williams back in, but let's see where Rolesville goes here. I'm going right here.
Emerson, a little bit of movement there on the line, and another flag will fly.
Penalty on the play.
Southeast Raleigh coming into the season thinking they are the top dogs in the area. This is a good challenge to see if they are who they think they are, who we think they might be. But truth be told, Rolesville say until you beat us on the grass, we are still that team that has the bragging rights around here. Well,
in the 7A classification in High School OT's top 10 classification ranking, Southeast Raleigh number 4, second in the East behind Cardinal Gibbons, who we just saw. And Rolesville in that top 10 in 8A. As they have first down here, they find Amir Brown. Brown to the end zone, touchdown. Amir Brown gets the scoring started for the Rams.
I like that. Something we don't see a lot in any level of football. The quarterback went under center, and with a simple toss to the left to the Nebraska commit, Amir Brown, he did all the work. I mean, he did the rest of the work, standing up, going to the end zone.
6-0 Rolesville here.
I mean, Rolesville is here to prove a point. Like, Southeast showing them, hey, you think you've arrived, you still got to do some things we've done already to knock us off the storm.
Rolesville under first-year head coach Kevin Reddick. He's been with the program for a few seasons now as Emerson throws back to the end zone. Is that caught? Flag flies. And some more extracurricular activities here is now another official comes in and lets a flag fly. And I think through this 30 minutes that we have, Jonas, this might be just
flag press.
How we go. Yeah,
it's flag press.
So we had two flags there. One initially was thrown. It looked like it was an incompletion. And then as they started jawing back and forth, another flew from the back. So let's see what the officials determine here.
We got the officials, we got the backup officials, we got the backup to the backup of the officials.
If you love refs, there's a lot of them here. There's a lot of them here. Because this is, how else do you get your reps in before the first Friday night of the season? There's a penalty against the defense. And there's offsetting penalties. So it looks like we're going to repeat this 2-point try, as the only consequential flag ends up being the initial against Southeast Raleigh.
Replay the try.
So 6-0 Rolesville. We will replay this attempt with 10:45 left in the session. Emerson sends Brown to his left, looks that way. Pressure coming from the defense. Emerson trying to find somebody to pass to. Acrobatic grab by Nesbitt, but he falls out of the back of the end zone. What a job there just to pull it down. But I believe they're going to say that is an unsuccessful 2-point try. Great job by Emerson, though, just to get that ball off. Jackson Hunter was right on his heels.
That was the most impressive incomplete pass I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, Nesbitt contorted his body and tried to fall on that back line there. And I guess the official who was right over top of it in the back pylon ruled it out of bounds and incomplete. So 10 minutes left on the clock here. 6-0 Rolesville.
If you're Southeast Raleigh, you came into this season, like I said, hey, we are the top team to beat. Done a lot of, very confident. And rightfully so with the talent they have. Now you find yourself down to Rolesville 6-0 early in the scrimmage, looking for some answers, because Rolesville's like they're playing with a lot of confidence too. They're not backing down.
10 minutes left in this one. When this clock expires, Rolesville will take a session off. Southeast will stay on, and they will play their originally scheduled opponent, Wake Forest. And then once that session ends, we'll get the Rams back out here to face the Cougars and wrap things up as Adams, the fourth, heads off to the left side. Impressive carry here, and he's clocked to the ground by Jaden Brody.
I love it.
Jaden Brody finishing off an impressive run by James Adams, the fourth.
You want to talk about some schools? He juked Marquise Bryant, the Kentucky commit, but then this SEC commit, Jaden Brody finished him off. Again, James Adams, the fourth. Everybody talk about Doug Freeman, but James could start anywhere in this area, and you saw why right there.
One of the top running backs in the county. Southeast Raleigh immediately picks up a first down.
And that's what they're going to rely on a lot, the running game. Obviously, we have Grayson Williams and these senior running backs back there. Just lean on them heavy.
They do once more. Adams wrapped up. Brody getting in there on the tackle along with Javon Campbell, the linebacker. And that'll bring up second down and about 8.
You got to think, too, man, with a lot of these guys, like I said, training together, cool trips together. This has been 7-on-7s all summer. This is something brewing. They've been waiting to put the pads on and get after each other. I'm loving the intensity of this preseason jamboree already.
I think one of the fun things about this jamboree is, like we saw last game, with realignment, 8 classifications, everybody's spread out now across different conferences. This gives us an opportunity to see some games that in the past we may have seen in the regular season, but we don't get to see anymore. This is an 8A team facing a 7A team. And you had Cardinal Gibbons, a 7A versus an 8A against Millbrook. And so it's fun that you get to put these guys against each other when they won't have to face each other in any type of consequential matchup in the regular season, as Freeman is buried down under in the backfield. A ton of Rams got back there. First, though, was Cameron Miller, the junior defensive lineman. That's a big loss on the play.
So any momentum created by Adams is quickly taken away there by the Rolesville defense. Again, some new names, a lot of guys from Rolesville going on to the next level, playing some high-level college football. Some new guys trying to make some names for themselves, and so far so good for the Rams.
I think this next matchup between Wake Forest and Southeast is particularly exciting because they're both 7A schools. Have the potential that could be a playoff matchup. Southeast Raleigh plays in that wild Greater News River Conference with Garner and Clayton and Cleveland and Willow Spring and Fuquay, and any given Friday night one can beat the other. And so if you're Coach E.J. Campbell, you've got to play the Rosevilles, you've got to play the Wake Forests, you've got to challenge these guys as much as possible, because that's what you're going to be facing every single Friday night. That's
the best conference in this area, in my opinion. Like, it doesn't get any better than that.
Top to bottom, the depth in that conference is impressive, as Jaden Brody gets a hand in there on Belcher for a sack.
Last year, Jaden Brody was the guy who may have been overlooked a little bit by the Griffin Hayes brothers. But this year, everyone knows he's going to be that dude on the front seven. He's making some plays so far. We saw the big hit on Adams, the pressure right there. He looks the part. He's showing why he's going to SEC country.
6-0 Rolesville, 6 minutes left here in this one. See what the Bulldogs do on 4th and long.
Another mention we saw, E.J. Campbell also used to coach at Wake Forest, so a little teacher and mentor situation with Reggie Lucas in the next game.
Well, like I don't know if the words old head, high school, triangle area cover, media of us, but like Wake Forest versus Rolesville always just sounds weird to me. Just because. All right, we got a punt here. Oh.
Where's the long snapper?
Yeah.
You got to be on there.
Punt was fielded by Rashawn Williams, and Rolesville will go back to work here. 5.5 minutes left in this one.
If Rolesville can go down the field and punch one in here,
that'd be very impressive.
Yeah, that'd be very impressive as far as momentum goes, confidence goes. It'd be a big play if the Rams go down here and score again. If Grayson Williams come back out on defense, trying to shut this thing down early.
We want to remind you that the High School OT Jamboree is brought to you by some of our fantastic sponsors, including the State Employees Credit Union, a proud sponsor of today's High School OT Jamboree, and the presenting sponsor of the High School OT app. If you head to the App Store, search High School OT, receive the fastest North Carolina high school sports news alerts. It is the easiest way to access scores, coverage, and region by sport. Deep ball for A.J. Roberts there on the first play. An impressive arm by Emerson, but the Virginia Tech commit was just a step behind it. It'll bring up second down. Well, we would also like to thank Wake Orthopaedics. Tonight's action is brought to you in part by Wake Orthopaedics. From Friday Night Lights to everyday life, their team keeps athletes and families moving. Head online, search Wake Orthopaedics, and learn how they can help you stay in the game.
A.J. Roberts, an ACC legacy. His dad played at Duke. His uncle played at NC State. He's headed to Virginia Tech. Big-time football player out there. Also,
Emerson now on 2nd and 10. Handoff Brown. Wrapped up in the backfield there. Good tackle by the Southeast Raleigh defense. Big Noah Powell getting in on that stop. Kind of, if you didn't know any better, and if you followed Southeast Raleigh the last couple of years, similar build, maybe not as hulking, but similar build to Keyshawn Elizer, who they had last couple of years, who's off at Stanford. Another really tall, athletic edge rusher for the Bulldogs.
Yep, and similar, he looks just like I said, if you didn't know any better, you would think it's the same kid out there. But they're high on this guy as well at that same position.
Emerson now, 3rd down. Dumps one off, caught by Dylan Martin. Martin trying to move forward, gets back to the line of scrimmage, 4th down.
Rolesville here 4th and short.
Before the final whistle, a challenge for every athlete, parent, and coach. Huddle up with Talk It Out NC. Start the conversation about helping young people avoid underage drinking. Smart choices, they build strong teams on and off the field. Talk early, talk often. Learn more at talkitoutnc.org.
Is Marquise Bryant the punter? Okay.
Bryant back to punt. Set to receive for the Bulldogs is Khalil Hamilton. As Bryant sends this one, a spiraling kick well inside the 20, where it's fielded by Hamilton at the 15.
Not a bad punt for a safety.
No, not at all.
All right, so that was a big stop for the Southeast defense, because you couldn't afford to go down 2 scores right there, and now with 2 and some change on the clock, they have a chance to go ahead and score.
You get a 2-minute drill here to close it out.
2-minute drill, there you go.
Granted, it's a running clock. You do have a timeout to work with, but still, if you're Belcher, if you're Adams, if you're Freeman, can you rattle off a big play, get some chunk yardage, get into Rolesville territory, and then use maybe the final minutes you have to put a dent into this, as we see Wake Forest starting to line up again. They're going to take on Southeast Raleigh after this final 2 minutes expire.
Yep. Wake Forest already at the entrance. They're ready to make their way in.
Belcher back. Good pressure from Brody. Belcher didn't have an intended receiver down there. Impressive arm, but even more impressive pressure from Jaden Brody.
Yeah, I heard it was it a sack? They give him a sack on that one?
I think they did.
Yeah, okay. Still haven't forgot what a sack is here, apparently, but there was a whistle on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, hopefully we'll find out what a sack is before Friday's HighSchoolOT Jamboree at Wake Forest High School in Trentini Stadium. The event starts at 6 o'clock, features 4 top 25 teams, a defending state champion, a defending East Region runner-up. Tickets are available through highschoolot.com. Tons of great matchups in that one as well. All right, it'll be 2nd down, 10 to go. Belcher, quick pass, finds his man, looks to be Cam Bullock. There's a Rolesville defender who came from behind making the tackle that appeared to be Caleb Freeman on the tackle. Again, that was on that far sideline there, and the skull cap may have made that a little bit harder to identify. Again, Warren County against defending state champion Wilson Prep. Franklinton and South Johnston will face off. Wake Forest and Cardinal Gibbons, a team you just saw and a team you're about to see. And then we're closing it out that night with Garner and Northern Nash. Again, that's this Friday at Trentini Stadium on the campus of Wake Forest High School. That is the 2nd edition of the HighSchoolOT Jamboree. 15 seconds left in this one.
Encouragement on the offense, and they bring up 1st down.
Now, you want to talk about big dogs in the area. I know it's been a while since they're 3-peat, but that's the last team to do just that, 3-peat, win multiple titles. They're over there waiting in the corner to get the first look at Wake Forest.
Last play of this session, it's a handoff to Christian Freeman. He runs for a 1st down, and he will take us to the end of this session. If you want to call it the final score, it is Rolesville 6, Southeast Raleigh no score. We will take a quick break and come back and bring you Southeast Raleigh and Wake Forest here from the HighSchoolOT Jamboree.
Your child pours their heart and soul into their dreams.
You're so ready for this.
But underage drinking can stop a young mind and body from performing at its best.
Okay, everyone, it's time.
We're ready.
Make sure your star keeps shining. Start the conversation about the dangers of alcohol with tips at talkitoutnc.org.
Get the Triangle Sports Leader anytime, anywhere with the new app from 99.9 The Fan. If it's live on The Fan, you can listen on the app. Plus, all your favorite podcasts at your fingertips. Download the 99.9 The Fan app today.
Raising kids is a roller coaster. Sometimes you laugh, Sometimes you cry, but most times you wonder how your kid turned out so well. That's how. You did the hard work, made the right decisions, like talking about alcohol before it could be a problem. Go to talkitoutnc.org. Get resources on how to talk about underage drinking. So Mom, Dad, keep up the good work. It's worth it. Talk early. Talk often. Talk it out, NC.
It's your time to bring it all together. U.S. on your reserve. Welcome to the 2026 High School OT Jamboree here at First Horizon Stadium at WakeMed Soccer Park in Cary. Our next matchup features the Cougars of Wake Forest and the Bulldogs of Southeast Raleigh. Sponsors for tonight's Jamboree include Wake Orthopaedics. If you're chasing touchdowns, cheering from the stands, or recovering from an injury, Wake Orthopaedics has you covered. Talk It Out NC. Huddle up with Talk It Out NC and start the conversation about helping young people avoid underage drinking.
Step between the lines when you download the HighSchoolOT mobile app presented by State Employees Credit Union. It's easier than ever to find the coverage you want for the sports and schools you cheer for the loudest. Receive up-to-minute alerts, scores, videos, insider content, and the latest high school sports news across the state of North Carolina. Available now on the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, the HighSchoolOT mobile app presented by State Employees Credit Union.
Welcome back to First Horizon Stadium here at beautiful WakeMed Soccer Park. We're about a minute away from the second session in this 8 o'clock hour. It pits the Wake Forest Cougars, the number 22 ranked team in the state, against number 9 Southeast Raleigh. The Bulldogs just fell 6-0 to Rolesville in the opening 30-minute session, and now the Cougars will take the field as Southeast Raleigh closes their appearance out in this jamboree. It'll be Wake Forest in the black uniforms with the blue helmets and the white numerals. They have the black bottoms as well. All black against Southeast Raleigh, who is in the navy with the white numerals, white pants, navy helmets. It'll be Wake Forest offense on the field first, moving from right to left. And Jonas, this might be the most intriguing matchup of running back stables that we can possibly present to you.
Yeah, these are the two. These might be the two best stables, like you said, that we have in the triangle. We have 4 guys who were, 2 of them already committed to D1 programs, and their backups are also Division I caliber running backs. I mean, they're backups.
Both backups, if you want to call them backups.
Sure, they're backfield mates.
Yeah, 1A and 1B.
Yeah, thunder and lightning.
But they could be a starting running back anywhere in the state.
Yep.
So Wake Forest getting the ball first, and the handoff goes to Jaden Hartsfield, who was a standout running back last year at Southern Nash, and he picks up a couple of yards, but all of Southeast Raleigh's defense was there to meet him.
Southeast Raleigh, you got to see where their heart's at now. Are they tired? Are they let down by giving up a score to Rolesville? Emotionally let down? You know, this is the last time they get to play too, so they got to leave it all out here.
Micah Olu, the other running back, now catches this one. That was completion from Landon Perry. I think Landon Perry, the running backs are going to steal the conversation when it comes to Wake Forest football, but the growth of Landon Perry from last year to this year, he was obviously thrust into this position. Super young quarterback for Wake Forest, but he held his own, and the Cougars really put together an impressive stretch to end the season last year. They got off to a rocky start for a number of reasons, and he ended up leading them on a pretty lengthy playoff run where they eventually fell to Garner, as getting the grab there as Hartsfield, and he's off to the races. Goodbye. Jaden Hartsfield, touchdown. Or is he down to the 1? Jaden Hartsfield.
Turned it on.
Welcome to the HighSchoolOT Jamboree.
Turned it on. I mean, caught the ball in the backfield.
Found another gear.
5'9", 205. Doesn't look like a burner. I don't know what he runs in the 40, but in football speed, he was balling down to the 1 yard.
71-yard pass down to the 2 yard line, I believe. 3 maybe. Inside the 5.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
And Wake Forest is in business right away.
What a play.
Perry, handoff, Olu, touchdown, Cougars. Is he in?
No.
Is he at the 1?
I can't tell where the line is from where we are.
It is really hard to see that line from where we are. I know you have a much better view on your camera at home. And this will get it to the 1.
Man.
We know where the ball's going. It's going to 8 or 26 here.
Why? Wisely. I would give it to one of those two guys, too. I'll tell you what, Wake Forest, what a statement. Regardless of how this drive is, like right away, taking it to Southeast Raleigh. 5
plays into this one, and Wake Forest is threatening at the goal line. Perry, handoff, Olu jumping forward. This time he's in. Touchdown, Cougars. Micah Olu opening up the scoring for Wake Forest.
Man,
6-0.
Statement. All right, guys. You think you're here? We know what it takes to get to that mountaintop. You got to knock us off first. You got to get to where we've been. And Wake Forest is still showing that, hey, we can still run the ball. We got some weapons in the backfield, and we can still run down here and score on anybody.
Yeah, if any coaching staff, if any program in the state knows how to benefit from having a heap of talented running backs, it's this Reggie Lucas in this Wake Forest program, as the 2-point try is a pitch to Hartsfield. He's dragged down before getting across the goal line. It looked like getting in there on the stop. I want to try to get the number right here. I think it was 99 on the play. Jackson Hunter. Yeah, that's who that was. Jackson Hunter getting the stop. So it's 6-0 Wake Forest here right away.
I've always said I would never want to coach against a Reggie Lucas team, because that man can really draw up some stuff as an X and O's genius. I mean, they just fill in every year. Talent comes through that team, regardless of the other schools opening, regardless of who graduates. They feel a talented team every year.
We'd like to remind you that tonight's action is brought to you in part by Wake Orthopaedics. From Friday night lights to everyday life, their team keeps athletes and families moving. Stop by the Wake Orthopaedics booth at tonight's Jamboree, or visit them online and learn how they can help you stay in the game. Completion here for Southeast Raleigh on their first play. Picking up a first down on the catch is Cam Bullock on the receiving end of that pass from Robert Belcher.
It's a first down.
That'll be a first down for the Bulldogs.
If you're Southeast Raleigh, you got to answer here, because pretty much you're down 12-0. If you count what just happened in Rolesville in that first half of that little scrimmage. You got to respond. You got to show us something.
Handoff now. James Adams, the fourth. They tried to drag him down from behind, but he keeps churning his legs to pick up about 6 on that one.
Gain of 6 on the run. Second down.
James Adams, the fourth, and Doug Freeman. Again, a powerful 1-2 punch, but they're going into the teeth of what's always been the bread and butter for Wake Forest football programs, that defense. And these guys, I saw them in a 7-on-7 this summer, and I'm seeing them, they look like those Wake Forest defenses of old. I mean, you're never going to have another Dexter Lawrence, but they look good. They look the part on that side of the ball.
Handoff now, Freeman. Stutter steps forward. Stopped by Josiah Sturdivant, who is one of the impressive anchors of that Wake Forest defense.
The Rutgers commit.
But you also saw there, Freeman, he was kind of stuck in the mud, quickly jittered his feet, and then had that burst of speed to move the chains for the Bulldogs.
You know, Sturdivant is the guy, I talked to him this summer, all those SEC offers start coming out. He's committed to Rutgers. If I'm in New Jersey, I'm nervous about all these offers from the South that's coming his way.
Can we talk about how impressive Rutgers recruits the state of North Carolina as Belcher goes deep here? That one incomplete. Intended receiver was Adam Saunders. But it feels like every recruiting cycle for the last 3 or 4, Joel Bryant is at the head of it. He's always saying, man, what is Rutgers doing to get all these guys out of the state of North Carolina? Going to play some Big Ten football.
Yeah, that's a good selling point. Hey, I may not
but a lot of talent from North Carolina has signed across the dotted line over the last couple of years to play at Rutgers.
Yeah, whoever their regional scout is, whoever
all over it, man.
Yeah, whoever's down here is killing it.
Blank check him. 2nd down, 10 to go for the Bulldogs. Belcher with Freeman and Adams to his side. Handoff Bullock on the sweep, and he's going nowhere.
Again, the hallmark of a Wake Forest football team is a great defense, especially that front seven. Now, Wake Forest has been down of late these last few years.
By their standards.
By their By their standards. Still a very proud program. You know, this year is the first year they're going to start honoring those 3 teams that won the state championship. So they're going to start honoring the 2016 team this year. So a lot of proud history in that program. They want to get back to that position, and they feel like they still can. As long as Lucas is leading them, they can get back there one day.
Big Will Donaldson and Xavier Taylor, the interior linemen on the stop there.
And again, when you talk about a Wake Forest defense, that's what you talk about, interior linemen.
3 to Belcher's right. He takes the snap and rolls that direction. Looks over the middle, sliding to make the grab is Kendrick Wright, and it's a 1st down for the Bulldogs.
Good play, keeping his eyes downfield, locking in with his guy. Great diving catch.
It's 1st down and 10 for the Bulldogs.
You know, Southeast Raleigh very high on their receiving corps this year. You know, their running backs, rightfully so, get a lot of credit, but they are very excited about the guys they have on the perimeter.
A lot of weapons on this Southeast Raleigh offense. We've already mentioned Big Grayson Williams there, the tackle. You also have Zamir Jackson, who's a mountain to move there on the line. This time they hand off to Adams the 4th. He tries to get around the left side. Now he cuts it back right near the 1st down marker. Quite the gain there, 9 or 10, but it was well earned.
I mean, Adams the 4th, when you see him, short, stocky. You know what? He and Hartsfield really built alike.
They're very similar.
They're very similar. They're built like with similar builds, but both of those guys quicker than they look. Good burst by both of those running backs.
2nd down and 1.
It's a big time
2nd
drive.
down. Less than an inch to go. That 2nd down marker is sitting about as close to the 1st down stick as it can. Probably fit a note card between the football and the marker. Now they're just going to move the chains. Yeah, that's a 1st down. 1st and 10 now.
The refs are making progress. They're trying their best, but they're making progress.
1st down and 10.
1st and 10 now. Belcher with Freeman. He pitches it to the NC State commit, who tries to cut it back left. He's got room. Bounces off a tackle. Christian Freeman across the 20, and when he's brought down, turned nothing into something. Christian Freeman.
And that's what he does. I've seen him do that more times than not. You know, you think you got him bottled up, makes a couple of shifty moves, bounces to the other side. You know, a little Barry Sanders is right there, and he makes a big play. you know, he might be a guy next year, depending on the running back situation in Raleigh. He might can step in the state and help them right away the way he's been looking the last few years.
So is there a flag on this play?
Okay. We don't know what
this?
We don't know what a sack is. We don't know what a tackle is. Apparently, a two-hand touch play is. Apparently.
First down and 10.
Could I tell you what the call was? No. What I can tell you, it's 1st and 10 for Southeast Raleigh with 14:40 left in this session. Wake Forest leading 6-0. This is the High School OT Jamboree, presented by State Employees Credit Union, Wake Orthopaedics, Talk It Out NC, and the United States Army. Belcher now finds right, up the right side.
Sturdivant cleaned him up.
Flies into 3 defenders. That being Jalen Edwards, Gavin McLawhorn, and as Jonas said, Josiah Sturdivant putting an end to the play. 2nd and short now.
All right, a couple guys from the Wake Forest defense with their hands on their hip, as expected. First live action, first extended action for these guys.
Looks like Southeast has finally settled in, though, and they're now in a groove, and they found a rhythm.
Well, what always makes that happen, what do we say? Strong running game. Duck Freeman with that big carry, even though we don't think it counted for anything. And then Adams makes some big runs as well.
.5 minutes to go. Belcher dropping back, stepping up in the pocket now, going deep. Tangled up down there, and a flag on the play. The intended receiver for Southeast Raleigh was Cam Bullock, and Drew Schwalbach, the defensive back for Wake Forest. They got tied up there, and the flag went flying in the back of the end zone. Schwalbach looks to be the offender on this one, and it will move the sticks for Southeast Raleigh.
That was about as easy as a PI call, I'd say.
We've had a couple, but that was the most,
yep,
I think, egregious.
Pass interference on the defense.
All right, well, this is a big chance for Southeast Raleigh to get on the board here.
12 minutes, 40 seconds left now. As Southeast Raleigh and Wake Forest do battle here in the High School OT Jamboree. After this one, the Bulldogs, their time at the Jamboree is up. Wake Forest, they'll stick around, and we'll see Rolesville once more as Belcher dumps this one off to Freeman. Freeman dancing left, moving forward inside of the 5-yard line. It'll be 2nd and short.
There's 2 helmets that came off.
One of those is Zamir Jackson, and the other, Josiah Sturdivant.
Yep.
So 2 impact players impacted there. They're actually going to mark the ball at the 6 for its 2nd and short.
Well, if you're Southeast Raleigh, you got Adams. Duck Freeman's on the sideline here. You know, it's a good second option. We have Adams still back there.
So Belcher has James Adams the 4th to his left. He's got 3 receivers that way. Out on an island there is Caden Hooker. Belcher is going to look to pass. Completes that one into the end zone. Touchdown Bulldogs. Cam Bullock on the touchdown grab, and Southeast Raleigh is on the board for the first time tonight. We're all knotted up 6-6 here at the High School OT Jamboree.
I think one thing we've definitely talked about the last couple of days is how do you respond. I mean, Southeast Raleigh gave up a score to Rolesville the last half, so to speak. Gave up a score in the first drive here to Wake Forest, and they responded. To their credit, they definitely came down the field, mixed it up with the run and the pass, and they're back in the game with a chance to take a lead.
Looks like there was a flag, and possibly against Southeast. Are they going to enforce it on the kickoff? Touchdown. It looks like whatever penalty there was will be assessed on the kickoff. I feel like almost every touchdown we've had in this Jamboree has resulted in a flag enforced on.
That feels right.
After the play, yeah, or not. Let's see, or.
Maybe. Referee's talking it out.
You can talk it out too with Talk It Out NC, one of the sponsors of tonight's High School OT Jamboree. Huddle up with Talk It Out NC. Start the conversation about helping young people avoid underage drinking. Smart choices they build strong teams on and off the field. Talk early, talk often. Learn more at talkitoutnc.org.
They call it a lob, Evan. I lobbed that one up, so you talk it out.
It's Belcher here on the two-point try. Goes deep, back corner of the end zone. Oh, Adams the fourth almost had it, and he bobbled it. So the two-point try unsuccessful. But a good play there as he went one-on-one with Kendrick Crosby, the linebacker of Wake Forest. We're tied 6-6 here with 9:25 to go. And we'll get Wake Forest offense back on the field.
That was the right play, too. He had Adams on the wheel route, one-on-one with the linebacker, made a perfect throw. You just got to come down with that one.
Want to graduate college debt-free? The United States Army Reserve soldiers can earn tuition assistance by training at least 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year. Part-time service, full-time success. Visit the United States Army online to learn more today. Landon Perry here, rolling right. He's going to tuck it himself, and a flag flies.
Flag on the play.
It looked like he had a man streaking down the sideline, but we couldn't see him again. I like to always say, that's easy for me to say from up here because I'm not being chased by any defenders. Rolled out to his right, decided to tuck it and run, and we'll see what the flag is here.
So we're now under 8.5 minutes. Rolesville hanging out in the far corner, on the far sideline here, preparing to play Wake Forest. The Rams and the Cougars, former conference rivals. And in a past life, were one school.
One school, I was about to say. They were more than just former conference rivals. They were the same school at one point. Back in my day, as people like to say.
About 10 years ago.
My nephew, a proud graduate of Wake Forest, Rolesville. Played for the state championship team. They went and played Butler at Carter Finley Stadium.
Perry here, hands off Olu. Olu right through the middle, ahead of steam, and he trucks through a defender for a first down. Micah Olu, my goodness.
You talk about a recruiting hot day. Eastern Michigan's come out in the last couple of years and grabbed some talented running backs from this area as well.
What was your welcome to high school moment? Carter Jamie, the freshman on Southeast Raleigh, who was one-on-one with Micah Olu there and got his helmet popped off as he was taken down to the turf. He has to come off on that play.
He's a talented kid. He's got a lot of offers and a lot of attention coming his way. But yeah, that was, like I said, his welcome.
Well, welcome to high school, kid.
Because
here you are one-on-one in the open field.
with a D1 commit. You're probably 13, 14 years old. This 18-year-old D1 commit just ran right at your throat.
2nd and 5 now for the Cougars. As Perry fakes the handoff, completes this pass. It is to Stephon Singleton. And Singleton gets in the Bulldog territory. My goodness, Wake Forest has been efficient offensively.
And doing it through the air. And if you're an old school football fan in Triangle, seeing Wake Forest
so balanced
with two big pass plays on this drive, it's like, whoa, what happened? What's going on?
We got a whistle, maybe a timeout.
Got a timeout for Southeast Raleigh.
We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching the High School OT Jamboree live from WakeMed Soccer Park.
Step between the lines when you download the HighSchoolOT mobile app presented by State Employees Credit Union. It's easier than ever to find the coverage you want for the sports and schools you cheer for the loudest. Receive up-to-minute alerts, scores, videos, insider content, and the latest high school sports news across the state of North Carolina. Available now on the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, the HighSchoolOT mobile app presented by State Employees Credit Union.
Talk early
Welcome back to First Horizon Stadium here at WakeMed Soccer Park in Cary, North Carolina. You're watching the High School OT Jamboree as Evan Moesta alongside Jonas Pope IV here, bringing you tonight's action. This is the penultimate matchup here as we got Wake Forest and Southeast Raleigh knotted up at 6. The Cougars, they are moving the ball upfield efficiently into Bulldog territory. You can watch them do that next week, Friday. You can watch Wake Forest do that Friday on their home turf at Trentini Stadium in the High School OT Jamboree. That event starts at 6 o'clock, and it features 4 top 25 teams, a defending state champion, and a defending East Region runner-up. Tickets and schedule are available on highschoolot.com. First and 10 now. Low handoff. Goes to Hartsfield. Full head of steam, and he picks up about 8 yards. Jaden Hartsfield dancing through the Southeast Raleigh defense.
I'm so impressed by the patience we're seeing from all these running backs. Like, you would think the instinct is for them to hit the whole 100 miles per hour. These guys are really picking their spots.
He's methodical, and then he just mashes his foot on the gas.
Yep.
Second down, about a yard to go. Olu now in the backfield.
I mean, how, again, beating the same drum here, but it sucks for a defense when Hartsfield goes out and Olu's right there waiting for you.
Handoff, or it's going to be a play action pass and a completion.
Perfect back shoulder.
Rajon McCoy on the grab. And once again, Wake Forest inside of the red zone.
Pass complete on the play. Results
if you're Wake Forest, what's your rush here? You'll take your time, melt some clock.
Got 5 minutes, 19 seconds left. Tied up at 6 here.
Yeah. Now, obviously, you're not going to kill 5 minutes, but you want to just take as much of this time as you possibly can.
Both running backs, Hartsfield and Olu in the game. In motion now is Singleton. Handoff goes Hartsfield, and he powers forward for a gain of about 3.
Again, get up slowly and kind of get mosey back to the huddle, to the sideline, kind of keep that clock moving. Then you punch it in and get Southeast as little time as possible.
Second down, 4.5 minutes approaching on the clock. Perry now. Takes the snap, hands off Olu. Olu to the left, dives forward. Not quite to the goal line, but close. We'll have 4 minutes now on the clock.
Third down and 1.
3rd and 1 forthcoming for the Wake Forest offense.
Again, take your time in the huddle. No play. Is there even a play clock out here? Yeah. So referees are gonna give you the signal to take your time.
Perry with Hartsfield to his right. In the shotgun, takes the snap, rolls right. Pressure, throws it away. Good job there by Zaire Stanley.
See, even on a play like that, which typically would be an incomplete pass that stop the clock. Clock's not stopping, so you still got time. I mean, the clock's still rolling. 4th down. I think you still pick up first, maybe.
4th and a yard to go. 3.5 minutes. Wake Forest is inside of the 5. I don't think you worry about getting the yard or all 4 of them. If you're Reggie Lucas. As Hartsfield comes off, we get Olu back on. 2 receivers to Landon Perry's left. Off to his right is Rajon McCoy. He's had a grab on this drive. They send a man in motion. It's Alex Primiano. Handoff up the middle. Touchdown. Wake Forest. Micah Olu once more. He has been a superstar in the High School OT Jamboree over the last few years, and he gives the Cougars a 12-6 lead. 2:43 left. 12-6 Wake Forest as they attempt to go for 2.
We'll spread them out here. Let's see. Quarterback sneak maybe, or maybe throw out to the perimeter. Oh, guy in motion.
Hartsfield in motion. Perry rolls right, slings one up in the air for Hartsfield.
Sidearm. He tried to sidearm it too. A little pick play over there on the boundary.
Incomplete, and with 1:55 left, we'll get Southeast Raleigh's
12, Southeast Raleigh 6.
last push here.
Ball will be placed at the 20-yard line. It'll be first down and 10.
I know it's limited action, and Southeast may very well come down here and score and take the lead and win this thing. But if they don't, what does that do for them? The off-season energy and hype and expectation they had. Again, limited action, obviously. I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to hold it against them. But still, to come out here and not to get beat twice, come into your first scrimmage, your first live action of the season with so much high hopes. I'm not canceling the season or anything like that, but they probably came here expecting to just dominate and run by these teams, and we didn't see it.
Gain of 1, second down and 9.
Again, the big the big matchups that you circle if you're Coach Campbell in Southeast, they're coming up in September. Obviously, they have some marquee non-conference matchups to challenge them and prepare them. But once you hit conference play, it's a playoff mentality the rest of the way as the handoff there heads to the left side. I would love to say who was on the carry there for Southeast Raleigh, but he's not on the roster. So great job, number 22.
Yep, and credit Coach Campbell, get some young guys in, get them some reps. Again, this doesn't count on your win-loss record. It's just you want to get some film and some reps with some young guys.
22 seconds left in this one. Now the clock rolls down to 10, so this will be our final play as Wake Forest leads at 12-6. And the snap to Carter Caldwell's another handoff. This goes left side. It'll be a first down, and it'll run out the clock as Wake Forest takes this one by a 12-6 score.
Our fourth session, our final, Wake Forest 12, Southeast Raleigh 6.
We'll take a quick break here and come on back to bring you Wake Forest and Rolesville in the finale at the High School OT Jamboree.
Your child pours their heart and soul into their dreams.
You're so ready for this.
But underage drinking can stop a young mind and body from performing at its best.
Okay, everyone, it's time.
We're ready.
Make sure your star keeps shining. Start the conversation about the dangers of alcohol with tips at talkitoutnc.org.
Get the Triangle Sports Leader anytime, anywhere with the new app from 99.9 The Fan. If it's live on The Fan, you can listen on the app. Plus, all your favorite podcasts at your fingertips. Download the 99.9 The Fan app today.
Raising kids is a roller coaster. Sometimes you laugh, sometimes you cry. But most times you wonder how your kid turned out so well. That's how. You did the hard work, made the right decisions, like talking about alcohol before it could be a problem. Go to talkitoutnc.org. Get resources on how to talk about underage drinking. So Mom, Dad, keep up the good work. It's worth it. Talk early. Talk often. Talk it out, NC.
Step between the lines when you download the HighSchoolOT mobile app presented by State Employees Credit Union. It's easier than ever to find the coverage you want for the sports and schools you cheer for the loudest. Receive up-to-minute alerts, scores, videos, insider content, and the latest high school sports news across the state of North Carolina. Available now on the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, the HighSchoolOT mobile app presented by State Employees Credit Union.
Our final contest of the night of the 2026 High School OT Jamboree at First Horizon Stadium at WakeMed Soccer Park here in Cary is between Rolesville, the Rams, and Wake Forest, the Cougars. Just a reminder, photos from tonight's scrimmages will be available later on High School OT's Smug Mug page. Go to highschoolot.smugmug.com to view or purchase. And tickets are available for next week's High School OT Jamboree this Friday, actually. The event starts at 6 p.m. at Wake Forest High School. It features 4 top 25 teams, a defending state champion, and a defending East Region runner-up. Tickets are available through highschoolot.com. And tonight, fans, you'll be able to rewatch all of the Jamboree broadcasts on High School OT's YouTube channel. Make sure to search out High School OT on YouTube and subscribe to see all live game broadcasts, highlights, and post-game interviews.
It's time for the finale here at the High School OT Jamboree at First Horizon Stadium at WakeMed Soccer Park in Cary. Evan Moesta alongside Jonas Pope IV, bringing you Rolesville and Wake Forest squaring off in the final 30-minute finale. It's the number 19 ranked Rams and the number 22 ranked Cougars, both coming off of victories against Southeast Raleigh in the first 2 sessions. It was a 6-0 win for Rolesville and a 12-6 victory for Wake Forest. That Wake Forest offense that was finding a lot of success moving the football in the scrimmage against Southeast Raleigh. They will start in their all-black uniforms. It'll be Rolesville in the whites as we have 25 minutes on the clock, and we're prepared to rattle off our final session here at the High School OT Jamboree. We thank you for joining us on this broadcast. While you're here, subscribe to the High School OT YouTube channel. You can watch all of these live game broadcasts, highlights, and interviews throughout the season. See all of your favorite players, schools, and sports with region-by-region coverage. You can also download the all-new High School OT app presented by State Employees Credit Union to receive the fastest North Carolina high school sports news alerts. It is the easiest way to access scores and coverage by region and sport. As we are underway here, 2 former conference foes going head-to-head.
2 schools were very familiar with each other, very close, no love lost between these 2 programs. Right up the street from each other, like I said, used to be the same school.
Both are super talented now, so you want to wonder what it would all look like together. Oh, it would be 3 state championships.
Oh, yeah. it'd be another dynasty like Independence.
Yep.
Charlotte back.
Jaden Brody gets the big stop there. He picks up where he left off when we saw him against Southeast Raleigh. A flag on the play, though. It is against the offense.
You know, again, Brody might have been overshadowed by some names on that defense the last year. He's proven that, hey, I'm just as good as anybody.
This is his time to do that, yep.
I'm just as good as anybody in this area at this position. He definitely, he's looked the part so far.
Perry in the gun. He has Hartsfield to his right. 2 receivers flank him on each side, and another flag flies here.
Got both sides pointing at each other on this one, so it'll be against the defense.
Encroachment on the defense. It's a 5-yard penalty. 3rd down and 2.
If you're Wake Forest, do you kind of have the advantage because you just came off the field, you got some momentum, you didn't get to sit. You didn't have to sit like Rolesville did. Your legs are still, fresh and warm. So I just wonder.
They've been running.
Yeah. The engine doesn't need warming up if you're Wake Forest.
Perry, empty backfield, completes that pass. Instant hit there from the Rolesville defense. Alex Primiano, the catch. The tackle made there by Rashawn Williams of Rolesville.
Good job.
Little
looking that way.
3-on-3
For 2 yards, results in a first down.
catch and tackle, but it is a first down for Wake Forest.
Again, Rolesville just Wake Forest just picking up where they left off. They just got the field. They didn't even leave the field. They just finished playing. So they just keep it going. You know, they were in a rhythm. They had some momentum going.
Some motion on the line there.
Sloppy this one.
Looked like it was Braden Cooper there for Rolesville. And Corinthians Waters also kind of jumped at the movement of Cooper.
Yeah, that's a big
5-yard
guy.
penalty.
That's a big guy right there over the ball too. So hard to miss when he gets rocking and the momentum get him going one way.
It's 1st and 5 now for Wake Forest. Hartsfield in motion, empty backfield now for Perry. 3 to his left. Low snap, rolls right. Brody on his heels, tries to complete it to Hartsfield, and he does. What a grab.
What a grab, but I will say this. The left tackle of Wake Forest is having his hands full with Brody coming off the edge. He's in the backfield chasing Perry every single play. I don't know if they need to get a tight end over here or somebody to chip him, but Brody is beating him off the snap every single play.
Jaden Hartsfield toes the sideline and comes down with that one to move into Rolesville territory. A nice grab for the running back, the senior running back, that is. It'll be 1st and 10, man in motion. Handoff Olu. Olu stops and starts, picks up about 4 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down. Olu 2 touchdowns in Wake Forest's last session up against Southeast Raleigh. He
2nd down and 7.
accounted for all of their scores there. If you remember last year at the HighSchoolOT Jamboree over at Trentini Stadium, Olu was also responsible for the Wake Forest touchdowns there. It's kind of what he does.
It's kind of what he does, man. Yeah, I said this when I saw him last year. He's probably the best back they've had since Bryce Love. He's really talented.
Perry tries to dance through the defense, but that'll be a sack.
A sack. Yeah, I saw that look on your face because of the night we've had when it comes to sacks.
Sure. We'll call that one a sack.
There have been games where we've seen them let that go for sure. But it was a sack, but that's what it should have been, a sack.
So it'll be 3rd down. About 8 yards, 7 or 8 yards to go. Just under 20 minutes to go in this one from Cary, North Carolina. It's been a beautiful summer night here. Download and purchase all of the photos from our great photographers at HighSchoolOT over the next couple of days. Just visit HighSchoolOT's Smug Mug page. Go to highschoolot.smugmug.com to view those pictures. There's some beautiful ones I've already seen up there, Jonas, from Josh Chair. I saw him venturing all the way into the top of those, the upper deck of seats here at First Horizon Stadium. I saw it a couple games ago. I think it was during the Millbrook-Gibbons game.
Committed. They dangles.
I saw him walking up there, and I've since seen the photos, and they're impressive.
Worth the trip.
Worth the trip. It's also worth the trip to HighSchoolOT's Smug Mug page to see it yourself.
All right, big 4th down here for Wake Forest.
4th and long for the Cougars. Empty backfield for Perry. Rolesville bringing the pressure here. Perry tries to dump it off, incomplete. Intended receiver was Rajon McCoy, and a good job there by the Rolesville defense.
Yeah. Marquise Bryant made him pay for it. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well catch the ball, but Bryant came downhill in a hurry with bad intentions and made him pay for that. All right, so another look at the Rolesville offense. No Amir Brown.
No Amir Brown here, but we do have Marley Emerson. Again, Brown was the lone scorer in that opening game against Southeast. It was a 6-0 Rolesville win, but Emerson looked impressive at times. And he lets one fly here, looking to connect with Lee-Eric Cooper. And he comes down with that one, and the flag flies.
Flag on the play.
They're going to rule that an incomplete pass.
Yeah, the ball hit the ground. Definitely pass it. Definitely PI on the defender there. Good throw, man. I like the quarterback who trusts this guy. You know, he had a step on the defender, so that's open. That's about as open as you can get him. Something helps the football, and just threw it in there and let him make a play. But they always say if you're a receiver, if I'm even, I'm leaving. So they were close enough. Let him make a play.
First down.
15-yard penalty will move the ball into Wake Forest territory. Running back now for the Rams is Jaden Brown, the senior, as he's offset to the right of Emerson. Handoff goes to Brown. He heads to the left side and jets forward for 5. That'll bring up second down.
The Brown and Brown backfield for Rolesville.
Again, a 5 on the play, second down and 5. Just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, this is our last session of the night for the 2026 High School OT Jamboree. And thank you all of you for coming out, especially the students who attended tonight's action. If you need to call a ride, now would be the time.
16 minutes to go on the clock here. Emerson looks right. Cooper's there in the flat. Tries to dance past the defender and does. Good grab by Lyeric Cooper.
Wow.
And he patiently danced past Drew Schwalbach and picks up a first down for Rolesville.
I mean, how does he get away from all those guys?
He had 3 guys right there in the crosshairs.
Who held? It was all defenders there.
Holding on the offense.
So there's a flag on the play.
Okay.
It'll be against Rolesville, who also has a man down. Looks like Dwayne Brownson,
Timeout on the field for injury.
the senior offensive lineman, down on the play for the Rams. So an impressive catch and run there by Cooper, but it's negated by the flag. With 15:59 left, we'd like to remind you
WakeMed Soccer Park in Cary for the 2026
that the High School OT Volleyball Showcase returns to Garner High School on Saturday, August 22nd. Multiple High School OT Top 25 teams will be in competition with 10 teams taking the court. Matches start at 11 a.m. View the matchups and learn how you can buy tickets at highschoolot.com.
See all the live game broadcasts, highlights, and post-game.
And while you're online, download the new 99.9 The Fan app. Listen for the latest opinion and insight from local voices that you know and trust. Live play-by-play of college football to Hurricanes hockey can be found with the 99.9 The Fan app, available through the Apple App Store for iPhone and Google Play Store for your Android. That's the High School OT, the 99.9 The Fan app.
High School OT Top 25.
Hey, but while you're there, download the High School OT app, brought to you by State Employees Credit Union.
Yep, that's well.
At 11 a.m. We do want to thank our
Hopefully.
From high school to college to the pros, 99.9 and High School OT has you covered.
Talk It Out NC and Wake Orthopaedics.
That's a good sign. We see a player coming up with a little help, but he got up on his own. That's a good sign.
Again, that's Dwayne Brownson being helped off the field for Rolesville.
Hopefully.
Penalty on that play will move the ball back to the Wake Forest 44-yard line.
And hopefully it's nothing serious, but it's just a cramp or maybe somebody stepped on his ankle. Hopefully nothing. They'll keep him out for too long. He makes his way to the bench.
No score in this one. Rolesville facing off against Wake Forest. Here to wrap up the High School OT Jamboree. Evan Moesta alongside Jonas Pope IV. Bringing you all the action here from First Horizon Stadium in Cary. Marley Emerson, the handoff goes to Jaden Brown, and Brown will pick up 5 and watch another flag on the play.
Actually, 2 flags on the field this time. I think one came on the boundary and one came near the line of scrimmage.
Looks like a face mask on Wake Forest. That may have been what both flags flew for.
A face mask on the defense.
So as far back as Rolesville got pushed, looks like they'll move it inside of the 40 to the 36, where it'll be second down and about 7. Brown and Emerson in the backfield for Rolesville. We've reached the 15-minute mark now. Sturdivant bringing pressure. Emerson trying to step up, and he's brought down. Xavier Taylor there on the stop.
He put the right tackle right in the quarterback's chest. We've seen some impressive defensive end play on both sides of the ball. The running backs get a lot of the attention on all the teams we've seen. But if you're not watching the trenches, you are missing some good football on both sides with a bunch of teams out here today.
Ball moves right back to the 44-yard line where it just was. But the initial pressure came from Sturdivant coming off the one edge, and I think that caught the eye of Rolesville's line, and it opened up Xavier Taylor there to get the sack. Emerson stepping up in the pocket on third. Deep ball, end zone, touchdown, drop. Did he drop it?
Yeah, he dropped it.
The official signaled touchdown.
I don't know why.
But I think the ball, it definitely went through A.J. Roberts' hands there. We all got eager, I think.
Yeah, we did.
He was open, and I think Roberts was trying to make sure he got his feet in bounds as the ball was coming down. Yeah, that was an incomplete pass.
Good ball, man. Put it right in the right spot. A.J. Roberts. But one thing about him, you don't see him do it often. That's something that's not going to happen a lot with him. Just couldn't finish the play, but got behind his man. Great throw for the quarterback.
Rolesville punted away with Marquise Bryant. Back to return for Wake Forest is Alex Primiano. Bryant will punt from his own 44 and send this one rolling in the air.
Maybe
and it actually is going to pay off for Wake Forest.
Maybe it's
if
bad
that ball
lighting
gets up
back
to the 30.
here.
No, they're going to call that back down at the 15 where it initially hit Primiano. So that's where Wake Forest offense will go to work, about the 15 of the Cougars.
And Marquise Bryant can punt. If Kentucky,
yeah, both of his punts today have been inside the 20.
Ball will be placed at the 15-yard line.
So AJ Roberts will be dropping in the botch punt. Maybe some bad lighting on this end of the field or something.
You got the soccer lighting.
Yeah.
So you got the 4 light stands here over top of the stadium. And a new quarterback for Wake Forest, it'll be Zach Hughes, the senior.
Yep.
He's looking to pass. He's looking to go deep. Tried to connect with Albert Sanchez, but he overthrew him. So now we're starting to get some of the depth players at Wake Forest now into the game there as Hughes and Sanchez tried to connect.
I mean, that's how you come off the bench cold and just sling it the first play, man. Being aggressive, I like it.
2nd and 10 now at the 15.
That's not a backup.
Handoff goes Olu. He doesn't get far. In on the stop for Rolesville is Yaquez Vinson, the junior linebacker.
Gain of 3 on the play.
Gain of 3 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and 7 now for the Cougars. Again, we invite you this Friday night to come on out to the HighSchoolOT Jamboree at Trentini Stadium on the campus of Wake Forest High School. 4 great matchups, including Warren County and defending state champion Wilson Prep, Franklinton and South Johnston, these Cougars against Cardinal Gibbons, and Garner against Northern Nash. Tickets are available through highschoolot.com as that one falls incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
Spencer Olson, the tight end, was the intended target on that one. There'll be a flag on the play and a false start on Wake Forest. Or are they going to say that cancels out? No? What?
Penalty on the play.
Declined. Okay, so.
It is declined.
That's a pretty decent
4th
throw.
down.
I mean, he put it right on his hands. Hit the guy right in the hands. Just going to bring it in.
So quick 3 and out for the Wake Forest offense. We get our first look tonight at Dominic Maloney, the punter for the Cougars. And he'll kick things away to Marcus Oates, the sophomore return man for Rolesville. Maloney, a spiraling kick over the 50, fielded by Oates back at the 41. And back on the field heads Rolesville's offense. They took a deep shot to the end zone their last trip and
Up to the 44-yard line.
unable to convert.
2nd and 10 for Rolesville. Just a reminder, fans, this is our last session of the evening. We have 10 minutes remaining in play.
10 minutes left in this one.
Home, if it's a ride share or someone personal, you may want to place those phone calls now.
See if Rolesville keeps their stars in here and try to get punch one in.
And dial those digits. Thank you for coming out to the 20.
Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors for the High School OT Jamboree, the State Employees Credit Union, Wake Orthopaedics, Talk It Out NC, and the United States Army. If you want to graduate college debt-free, the United States Army Reserve soldiers can earn tuition assistance by training at least 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year. Part-time service, full-time success. Visit the Army online to learn more today.
Rolesville sticking with their starters at the skill position. Trying to punch one in. You know, never too soon.
Marley Emerson still out there at quarterback. Obviously, Rolesville trying to work in a new signal caller. They had Caleb Williams last year, and then Braden Atkinson as a stalwart for the previous few years as Emerson rolls right here, tries to connect with Cooper, and it's dropped. Cooper can't hold on to that one. It'll be second down and 10. James Solman, the junior running back, you see there with the turkey leg on his right arm now into the game in the backfield for the Rams.
Is that what they call it? Turkey leg? Okay. That'd be a tough kid to go with the club.
Oh yeah, right away, yeah. Emerson now. Drops back, looks left, pressure coming, goes deep. Roberts on the other end of the defense. Good job there by Jaden Debnam, the defensive back, to break that one up. It looked like Roberts got over the top of the defense, but Debnam recovered well, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Well, he did. It doesn't look like it. Roberts definitely got behind the defense, but he had to try to make adjustments, try to wait for it, and it gave the defender time to recover.
We're now under 8 minutes as 3rd and 10 approaches for Rolesville, and we'll get a new quarterback. It's number 16, the sophomore, Chase Williams, now into the game for the Rams. That was definitely the last hurrah there for Emerson, Roberts, Cooper. Handoff. Ooh. Here goes Solomon. Ball's on the deck, and it's recovered by Wake Forest.
Give it to the guy with the turkey leg. Like you said, the turkey leg. You try to give him a touch.
Xavier Taylor, the fumble recovery for Wake Forest. He's had a good night. And inside of the 40-yard line is where Wake Forest will now have the football. In a scoreless game here. 7-12 remaining in this one. The High School OT Jamboree from First Horizon Stadium.
And they're going to bring out Hartsfield and Alou still on the field for the Cougars. Again, bold choice to hand the ball to a man with the clubber on. And you saw it as soon as he got it, he bobbled a little bit and ended up on the turf.
Zach Hughes, the quarterback now. He's got Hartsfield to his right, and that's who he hands to. Hartsfield works forward for about 5, and the ball hits the floor again.
Looks like Hartsfield immediately fell on it.
Hartsfield recovers his own fumble after a gain of about 4.
Second down and 5.
Hartsfield and Alou coming out, so that might be the night for them. With 6:25 remaining.
Now in it running back for the Cougars. Giovanni Santiago, the sophomore. Man in motion is James Carr.
Right.
And a first down run there. Santiago on the carry.
It's a good run, man. I mean, you see guys in all the games come off the bench cold, and they just get right to it.
Waiting for their number to be called here with 6 minutes left in this scoreless game. Hughes, some hurry-up offense here. Man in motion. Once again, it's Carr. Handoff Santiago up the middle of the defense, where he's tackled by 2 Rolesville defenders, Yaquez Vincent and Jaden Brown.
You just never know when your number's going to be called, so it's good to get these backups, these valuable snaps under the lights.
2nd and 5 now for the Cougars. See if they can punch one in here to grab the lead. Hughes motions Carr to his left. Now back across to the right. They hand it to Carr to the right side, trying to turn the corner, grabbed from behind and taken to the turf by Vincent. Is it enough to move the sticks? Yes, it is. First down, Wake Forest.
And just like last game, so Wake Forest, no rush here. Just gotta take your time. Running clock.
Lots of precision in the Wake Forest offense tonight.
Absolutely.
Which you don't see often in a first scrimmage of the year. So it'll be exciting to see how they fare on Friday night when they face Cardinal Gibbons.
Well, face Cardinal Gibbons next Friday, open the season against Southern Durham. So there's no easy path the next couple of weeks for Wake Forest. And speaking of no easy path, I mean, the schedule that Rolesville has coming out the first month of the season is a murderer's row starting the year out.
Yeah, how about this start for Wake Forest? You get Rolesville tonight in the scrimmage. You get Cardinal Gibbons next week, who earned a victory. You got Southern Durham to open the year. You go host Leesville, and then you head to Millbrook. It doesn't...
It's tough.
Not an easy path for Coach Reggie Lucas, but it more than prepares them for their conference slate against Vance County, East Wake, Knightdale, Franklinton, and Heritage. He's on the carry there is Josiah Dagner, the sophomore.
They'll do Rolesville. It's a tough schedule.
All of these teams kind of positioning themselves as, I think a lot of teams experienced what last year's 8 classification world looked like. So now it's in a position where I think everybody was a little bit more strategic, I guess. That would be the best word to describe how they built their schedule this year. And an interception! Jace Adams, the sophomore, picks off Zach Hughes with 3:15 left in this one. Rolesville's defense steps up.
If he doesn't trip, he's still running. He hits his head, not a goalpost. He hits his head on the back of the end zone there. He had nobody in front of him.
Nearly a house call there for Jace Adams, but he's fired up, and what a stop there from the Rolesville defense.
Inside 3 minutes to go.
I mean, he should be fired up. He made a good play. If you're a sophomore to make a play like that on this stage, you have every reason to be fired up for that one.
So we've got under 3 minutes to go here. Chase Williams, the new quarterback for Rolesville. We saw him for a play last series, and it was a fumble. Completion there to John Spivey. And Spivey down to the turf after a solid gain. But Jonas mentions that Rolesville's schedule, they open up the regular season at home against Mallard Creek. That was a big game last year. Then they head to Providence Day before returning home against Richmond.
It's tough. But like you said, man, so many teams from this area scheduling these tougher non-conference games, and rightfully so, man. You got to prepare yourself for December.
And then obviously in league play, Rolesville, that big game on September 25th at Millbrook. Leesville Road is a new look Pride team, but still always competitive under Coach Ben Kolstad.
Yep. Who do we talk to get Rolesville and Millbrook played here? That would be amazing.
The crowds that they're capable of drawing, this would be a special environment for a game like that.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
As Williams tries to complete the pass, look at that, tip drill.
That's what happens.
That goes Chase Williams to John Spivey, and then the completion.
Pass is good for 7 yards.
You're around the ball, man. Good things happen. That's what just happened right there. Just happened to be in the right place around the ball, stayed with the play, and got a reception.
Yeah, it was Carmen Bryan there who corrals the tip drill. Gain of 7, it'll be second down.
I like the patience from the young quarterback. Not in a rush, not a rattle.
Under a minute, Williams under pressure, lets it fly, completed to Bryan, and he's spun out of bounds.
Still got time. We saw on back-to-back possessions, A.J. Roberts get behind the defense. Obviously, he's not out there now, but you still call that same play and get somebody behind the defense for a score. Don't wait for it.
15 seconds left. Williams back. Completes this one. Another nice grab. 3 grabs in a row for Carmen Bryan. We're going to use a timeout here.
Pass is complete. Flag on the play.
And a flag down.
Holding on the offense.
Looks like they're going to run it out.
And the clock will run out here in this one. Your final score, Wake Forest 0, Rolesville 0. Jonas, I hope both teams just had fun.
I hope they have fun, man. I have fun.
That'll wrap it up. I did as well. That'll wrap it up here from the High School OT Jamboree at First Horizon Stadium at WakeMed Soccer Park in Cary. We had a lot of fun calling this one. We had some exciting football over the course of 2 days, and it doesn't stop here. This is just the start of football season for High School OT. You can catch more exciting scrimmage action this Friday night as the High School OT Jamboree heads on over to Wake Forest High School in Trentini Stadium. That event starts at 6 o'clock. It features 4 top 25 teams, a defending state champion and a defending East Region runner-up. Tickets are available through HighSchoolOT.com. Again, we'd like to thank our sponsors for their support of tonight's scrimmage, including State Employees Credit Union, Wake Orthopaedics, Talk It Out NC, and the United States Army. Before we go, Jonas, wins so far in this Jamboree for Hunt. We had a win for Southern Durham. We had a win for Cardinal Gibbons. And then in these last sessions, Rolesville and Wake Forest took home victories and then played to a scoreless tie. What are your takeaways from this Jamboree in Cary?
Obviously, this early in the season, defense, we didn't see a lot of high scoring because limited time, and also defenses are usually ahead of offense this time of year anyway. The big-time players who we expected to be those big-time dudes coming to this year, they showed us why. They really kind of backed
Your child pours their heart and soul into their dreams.
You're so ready for this.
But underage drinking can stop a young mind and body from performing at its best.
Okay, everyone, it's time.
We're ready.
Make sure your star keeps shining. Start the conversation about the dangers of alcohol with tips at talkitoutnc.org.
Get the Triangle Sports Leader anytime, anywhere with the new app from 99.9 The Fan. If it's live on The Fan, you can listen on the app. Plus, all your favorite podcasts at your fingertips. Download the 99.9 The Fan app today.
Raising kids is a roller coaster. Sometimes you laugh, sometimes you cry. But most times you wonder how your kid turned out so well. That's how. You did the hard work, made the right decisions, like talking about alcohol before it could be a problem. Go to talkitoutnc.org. Get resources on how to talk about underage drinking. So Mom, Dad, keep up the good work. It's worth it. Talk early. Talk often. Talk it out, NC.